So we've had a fantastic question coming in from Spencer Hume, who asked, from watching the SIL and Thurlow Nunn, what's the better standard of football in your opinion? Well, as somebody who goes to the SIL regularly, I think a lot of people would agree with this statement. I think that once you've cracked that level and can get into the upper reaches, there's not, other than maybe like a top 3 or 4, and as we found this season, 5 teams, the rest of the Thurlow Nunn North is there to be had. Mm-hmm. It's there to be competed with. And I think we've seen it where a lot of teams have kind of gone straight up, and we've seen Sheringham this year who've quite easily acclimatised to being in a higher division. I think once you've cracked it, there's not a huge amount to fear. The difference between a Thurlow Nunn Prem and the SIL, there is a gulf.
Yep.
There is a difference in quality, and there's no getting away from it. But we are seeing more and more people dropping from Thurlow Nunn into the SIL, so the quality is only going to shorten.
That's the point I wanted to make.
Yeah.
More and more people have had enough of some of the attitudes that float around in Thurlow Nunn. Some people being a bit too big time.
Well, we are seeing a lot of people dropping from higher divisions into the Thurlow Nunn.
Yeah.
And it is having a knock-on effect that those players are just like, well, I don't want to be playing with those guys.
Yeah.
And they'll come down and then, SIL football is more about the social and joining in with friends, and you know what I mean.
It shortens travel again, so it really is just local football.
True.
You have, every team has to be, like, it's a league rule that you have to be within a set radius of Ipswich.
Yeah.
So it really does cut travel down. I honestly believe that if you integrated the Thurlow League 1 North with the SIL First Division, it would be as competitive.
Yeah, I mean,
there'd be a couple of runaway teams, there'd be a couple get left behind, but the majority are just equals.
What would have been really interesting is the Champions League format idea that was suggested for one of the cup competitions recently. That would be a fantastic measure of how good the SIL is compared to the Thurlow Nunn. If you have it in a cup style competition like that, rather than a knockout where on one particular night one team performs better than the other, if you've got it over a set fixture of games, that could make things very, very competitive and would be a good way of gauging the difference between it. But I think the good thing about the SIL at the moment is the fact that once teams get out of Division 1 into the senior, they are acclimatising and doing very, very well.
Yeah.
Because you take the top 3 teams out of the SIL senior and the rest of the division is very, very competitive. Teams are now finding it even harder to get out of Division 1 because of the standard of quality of football. And what is very, very impressive at the moment is that we have a lot of resurging teams from Division 2 and 3 who are now on the way back up.
Yep.
And coming into Division 1 as well, because so it means that the SIL as a whole is only going to get stronger, which is fantastic to see.
Division 1 though of the SIL and the senior, you are starting to see a bit more of a blend. There is a step up, but there's some quality teams in Division 1 as well.
Oh god, yeah. I mean,
and then the senior is very competitive.
Oh,
as
yeah,
we're
yeah,
saying,
yeah.
lots of good players
100%.
in there, and there is no doubt that the difference between the senior and the Thurlow Nunn Division 1 is very similar. The standard there,
Yeah.
But like I said earlier, that Division 1 I think could quite easily in parts blend in with that and fit that overall profile as well.
Yeah.
There's just another big step when you go to the Prem.
Yeah, the Prem is the big jump.
It's where players start to stand out.
There is a big jump between the Prem because a lot of teams in there now want to get out and are putting in a hell of a conscious effort to do it. But from Thurlow North, not much of a difference. If I'm being brutally honest.
Nope.
Not much difference at all. But great question.
Yeah, good question.
Big
Discussion point.
Yeah, really appreciate that, Spencer. Leave your thoughts about it in the comment section below.